What's good? What's good? It's Wednesday morning and it's 9 o'clock. And it is the 10-8 podcast, and we are live right now. I'm waiting for my man Jamel Herring to come on. He's gonna be on at 10:30. He's running some errands right now. But we are back in action and back in the fold, and we're back to our regular scheduled time, 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I didn't do a show Monday, which is a lot going on. But we'll be back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. And Jamel will be back on as he is not training for this October fight. His fight will be moved to a later date. But we are here, and I'll let him speak on that. Jesus Christ. A lot to go on, a lot to go off today, a lot to speak on. I'm going to let the people come on real quick. I'm going to let the people start piling on. It's been very interesting. Interesting week. We got Adrien Broner losing his shit. The man needs help. We're gonna speak on that. Cameron kicks him off his set because he's a drunk individual. Is Bud Crawford set to retire? Has the hunter become the hunted? Fans getting beat up or abused by celebrities, by boxers? We're going to get into all of that and what the fans want to talk about right after this brief break. What it is to my people. I appreciate y'all for tuning in real quick. Again, guys, you know, we've been pretty inconsistent the last couple weeks, but Terrence was in training camp, but now we are pretty much back. So, you know what I mean, to regularly scheduled time. Please make sure you put in your calendars. Make sure that you guys put in at 10 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays that we will be available. Okay, we will be live, share all that. Myself and my man Jamel, we will definitely be in the building. Having said that, it's been an interesting boxing week. Waiting on Jamel, but you know, I can't wait that much longer. But you know, whatever. He'll come on when he comes on. I'm just trying to text people in to get him. But there's been a lot of interesting things going on in regards to boxing, especially fans. I just watched actually Eric Kelly, shout out to him, call out Elie Setback, basically saying, you know, that's my man's. But, you know, Elie, a lot of people had Elie critiqued for having Canelo winning the fight. He said he doesn't need help, he needs Jesus. AB needs help, man. I mean, he needs a lot of help, and we're probably gonna get right to it. I was gonna play something else before Jamel gets on, but you know, he's definitely going through some shit. Like it's absolutely crazy. So I don't know who this guy is, Champ True, but whatever. He's a fighter. Just sent me. There's a lot of people send me links all the time. But anyways, AB looks bad, man. He looks really bad, and we're gonna get into this. So basically, I want to say yesterday or the day before, and then we've been seeing a lot of this about in regards to AB, but this what transpired on Cameron's show. I forgot the name of it. No disrespect to Cam.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey,
what you wasted that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, could you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling? You.
Arabia is
yo, bro, some G, yo, bro, some G shit. We gotta have boyfriend here, yo.
Right. Oh, shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat. Oh my God.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
So that was the first of what it was, and he kind of just like, yo, bro, like you gotta chill. I don't know why it didn't play all the way through, but eventually he stops the show and tells Adrien that Adrien.
I did not know you looked that good in person.
My bad, bro.
You're amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I mean, I have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. But I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. But I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends are here. You know me with my brother and all that.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Nah, well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not gonna sit in and not value your time neither. You want to wait for me? You could, but I appreciate it, bro. You gotta step out.
This is a really sad thing to actually watch. This man is imploding, looking to get paid, complaining about not having no money. It's a sad day if you're an Adrien Broner fan, and he continues to get worse and worse. Jesus Christ, it's pretty bad, and it's unfortunate to watch him continue to do this. Paying AB live on the show is disrespectful too. I mean, was it disrespectful? I mean, Cam asked him to, chill. Like, yo, bro, like, chill out. Like, Shorty's man is here. Like, her boyfriend is dead. And you violate. And that's, clearly as Cameron was trying to show respect. And Adrien Broner shows up twisted. And again, let me bring this back. A lot of these celebrities, and I've had a situation where guys have come in drunk to the show, and it's really fucking annoying. It's a level of professionalism. You don't show up to somewhere twisted like that. And it shows that AB is definitely not mentally there. Why would you show up to such a popular show? This isn't your regular show that's not live or it's not gonna get a few 100,000 views or whatnot. This is one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Shout out to Cam and shout out to Mace. And unfortunately, you showed up there and made yourself look like a jackass even worse. I mean, people didn't like you before. What do you think's gonna happen now? And now Cam is kicking you off his platform. And you clearly see how messed up the situation is. Nobody's booking you to box. Your people are really now starting to shit on you in regards to and expose you for the stupid stuff that you're doing. And then the second part to this video is this, where Cameron is sitting there. I think this is it right here. Let me just make sure.
Say that again. I'm sorry. Let's take that over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll do it again. 5.
Somebody, this nigga want to talk to me. And nigga, you a alky, nigga. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I just needed you for entertainment for the show. Fucking junkie.
Damn.
Good, man. My bad.
No, you're all good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day on Thursday.
Oh, Cam called him a junkie, bro. A junkie. Like, that shit is looking absolutely crazy. I mean, wow. When it's Cameron, not Cameron, is the person with morals in the room. I mean, Cam is a professional. Cam understands that, this isn't the hip-hop game anymore. He's getting paid a boatload of money to put on a show, and he tries to incorporate hip-hop. He tries to incorporate people that he's respected, even bringing in OJ and Mark Jackson and quality people. Some people may not be messing with OJ, and he bring them in. Cam is trying to bring a different element to it, even bringing Mace. They're doing a hell of a job, and you try to bring someone in, and you're paying him, which I would have not even paid Adrien, because at the end of the day, he needs them more than he needs them, but Cameron still had the decency to pay him. Cameron's like, I'm not going to waste your time. Here's your bread. Get up out of here, bro. Because he was disrespected. But it shows the level of where he is. My man Sheldon says, I get that noise. Just ask him to leave. Pay him live on the broadcast is crazy. We didn't need to see or know that. I get you. I don't think that it was live. I thought it was at first. I think they were recording and they had to put it out there just so there's not rumors out there that aren't true. Was it clickbait? Did he put it out there to embarrass him? I don't know. I'm not sure if the show was live, so don't quote me. But it seems like they were just filming. And he exposed it. He's like, yo, this guy's a fucking clown. Like, Cam was upset. And rightfully so, bro. Like, you're putting somebody on your platform to speak on stuff in boxing, whether it's Gervonta Davis, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, and you're asking, and I've seen other clips of the interview where he's talking about Gervonta Davis and his heart being a great guy and giving him every dollar in his pocket, like, yo, here. But it kind of shows you something about where Adrien is at this point. Like, he looks, and I don't want to say this, but he looks almost as if he's, what's that basketball player that's homeless right now? They used to play for the Cavaliers. They used to play with LeBron. He looks like he's headed in that direction. And, you know, I don't wish that on Adrien. I personally am not the biggest fan of Adrien, but the downfall is crazy. And I don't wish that on anyone. I don't wish it on Adrien. I don't personally like Adrien Broner as a person. I've had my interactions with him as well. And I can't say it was very pleasant, but to see what he's going through, and it's unbelievable. My man Sheldon says the clip you showed further justifies my point even more. He embarrassed him even further. I don't know. Maybe I'm sympathetic. I mean, listen, I get it. I get being sympathetic, but also I understand Cameron's frustration and the disrespect that he showed, and you know, sometimes maybe he shouldn't have put that clip out there. Maybe he shouldn't have. I don't knock him. You know what I'm saying? This is what Adrien's behavior has become. You know, and maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he should have not put it out there. But Adrien has really been spiraling down to where nobody wants to be around this individual. Nobody wants to rock with him. And this is somebody that was a great fighter. This is somebody, though, that seemed to care more of what people thought of him and the perception of him than his actual career. And it's unfortunate to see him going down this route right now. Cam and Mace show even came out in a new Adam Sandler. I mean, yeah, they're huge. This is what makes it worse for Adrien. Like, this is a huge platform. Cam and Mace will probably have the best sports podcast outside of like Gilly and Wallow. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to my brothers Gilly and Wallow. You know what I mean? So to see him, and all of us want to be there. I want to eventually be there to where I can get those mass views and be able to take care of my family off of what I love to do, right? And you know, we put a lot of work in this, and not, you know, people say, oh, well, Cam put a lot of his own money into the situation. He puts a lot of work in. Cam takes this serious, and you got to think of it from Cam's perspective, right? He's a rapper, okay? A lot of people don't take rappers very serious when it comes to sports talk and things of that nature. They'll use you as a guest to maybe draw some fans in, but they never take you that serious. So to people to now take Cam and Mace's show very serious and actually come get their sports talk from them, they've kind of changed the game. And you got to respect that. And the fact that Adrien Broner did not respect what Cam and Mace have built is why I believe Cam did what he did. He's like, yo, bro, like, you're not going to show me no respect. Like, I have it hard enough to gain the respect of the public, of the people that didn't want to see It Is What It Is podcast. I think it's called, you know, Be Great. But, and I get it. Cam is busted his ass. I think when he put $250,000 in his own pocket, so did Mace. Like, this isn't a $1,500 setup. He's flying people in, paying you for your time. He's paying good money. He's building a network and trying to make people great. But it seems that people don't respect it because it is Mace. Would Adrien has showed up to ESPN like that? Would Adrien has showed up to the ring like that? And I think that's where people got to understand where Cam Mace is coming from. Any other organization, and this is in his head, I'm guessing this, I don't know. But any other organization, would AB have showed up like that? And that's where Cam's like, damn, bro, like, not only am I putting you on probably the hottest platform out there, I'm paying you. The Ring's not paying you. ESPN's not paying you. None of these organizations are paying you. I'm coming out of my pocket and saying, hey, buddy, just come through, get a good look. I see that you're down. Let me use you. Maybe I can elevate you to another level. And maybe people want to interview you more and pay you. And I'm paying you, bro. And you come here and disrespect not only myself, but my co-host, who, yes, she is a very beautiful woman, but her boyfriend is there, but you're making it look stupid. So I understand 1,000% why Cameron reacted the way he reacted. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm not going to cut him no slack. Fair point. I don't know if it was live or not. Even if it was live or not, it's the amount of respect. Yes, Delonte West, he's headed down that route. You know what I mean? You think AB's a little slow? No, it's not about being slow, bro. It's about respecting what people have built. You know, and Cam is coming from a different perspective. Cam is coming from the hip hop world. You know how difficult it is to garner respect? I came from the hip hop world. You know how difficult it is for me to garner respect in the boxing world, where people want to talk to me. Oh no, you're the guy that did the battle stuff and this and that. And it is an everyday challenge. Cam faced the same thing. So I totally 1,000% back what Cameron did. Like, bro, I put you on a platform and I paid you. And I paid you. Who the fuck is interviewing Adrien Broner? Anyone? Cam is the only one doing these type of things. Nobody's interviewing Adrien Broner. And he's shedding a positive light on him, trying to get a perspective to maybe change the narrative about this individual. Why? Because Cam cares. He may come off as a, I don't know, arrogant or whatnot, but no, he's not, bro. He cares. I've seen him do stuff where he doesn't have to do in the battle and stuff like that because he cares. He wants to shed light on other people. And the way you repay him is to come up to the show drunk and hitting on his co-host. Come on, man. I mean, AB should be very apologetic. For those people that are upset at Cam, you're crazy. You know what I mean? AB in Vegas just saying a joke. I mean, I get it. But he can be anywhere. And this is his behavior. You know what I mean? So to me, it's absolutely insane. Did the lady take what AB said as disrespect? No, she probably did. But at the end of the day, she's a professional. She's trying to downplay because she doesn't want to ruin the show. But her boyfriend is there. Whether he took it disrespectful or not, he was warned. Okay? Her man was there. That is super disrespectful after Cameron tells you, yo, her boyfriend is here, and you continue to do it. It's just not professional, bro. It's just not professional. You got to go into those situations understanding what you're walking into. You know, and listen, Cam and Mace have done a phenomenal job. Treat that platform with the same fucking respect that you would treat the Ring Magazine or ESPN or any of these major outlets. Treat them the same way because they are probably one of the few, right, major platforms that are even willing to interview some of these individuals. So I totally understand what Cameron is coming from. And whoever has a problem with that, Jesus Christ, there's something wrong with you. Broner actually had the charisma to start his own podcast and be successful. He needs better people around him. Clarissa, to your point, he's a very charismatic individual, right? He's a very talented individual. But until he fixes what's within himself, this is what we're going to continue to get. And I feel like, in just my opinion, I feel like Adrien Broner is dealing with his own demons. Dealing with the persona of AB and living up to that persona. You know, he wanted to be not Floyd, past Floyd. Floyd was Money Mayweather. He was about billions. Everything about his persona was something big, and it just didn't meet. And I think he's dealing with those demons. He may not publicly say this, but he he's struggling. He's struggling. He's really, really struggling when it comes to this. And it's unfortunate to watch this man actually just destroy himself, his public image, and everything else that he got going on. And it's unfortunate, man. But he's definitely struggling with, the things that he wanted as a person. And listen, it's not easy. Not everything goes the right way, but it's God's plan. You got to keep God in your heart. You got to keep God first. You got to keep your family first, right? You got to continue to try to be better. You continue to put yourself in these situations, and then, then you complain, oh, nobody wants to book me. Nobody wants to do that. Okay? There's a lot of things. You just can't put yourself in that position and continue to do it. You got to want to do better. And I think Adrien, and again, not to continue on this subject, but I think Adrien needs to understand, and somebody needs to reach out with him, whatever friend it is, whether it's whoever he respects, whether it's Javante or whoever it is, needs to really sit with him and explain to him, like, yo, bro, like, you're going down the wrong path at this point, and unfortunately, this is not going to lead to a good situation. And again, I think Adrien can bounce back, but he has to want to. He has to overcome whatever demons he's facing, and alcohol is one of them. You need to get away from it, bro. You need to get away with it. Alcohol, all it does is advance your insecurities. It makes you do things that you normally wouldn't do, and this is crazy because Adrien does crazy things when he's sober. Do I think Adrien's a bad person? I don't know, but I feel like there is good in everyone. Okay, and I feel like I have seen some things that he has been good at, but to be honest with you, he has to want to help himself, and at this point, he's looking absolutely insane. Mailman in the building. What's good, my brother? What's good? My man Trenton Park says, I'll tell you who else is struggling this weekend. This weekend. I kind of disagree with everybody on that. I'm not gonna lie, I told you guys. People want to, of course, people want to talk about the fight that happened this weekend. I spoke on it that Saturday night. But if you guys want to continue to gloat or whatnot, I tell you, it was not a great it wasn't a masterclass to me. I'm just being honest. It's funny. I was watching my man Ray Jackson. Shout out to Ray Jackson. He was doing a watch back on it, and I was like, let me watch this shit. And I watched it again, and I was sitting there like, bro, like, I get why the scorecards were so close. Like the first 6 rounds was just being honest, to be honest. But I stated that before. Just the narratives that were being put out for this fight, it made me not even want to cover the fight anymore. Me and Jamal were struggling with it because we didn't like the narratives that were being put by the public. And I lost a lot of respect for a lot of guys that I really truly appreciated. Especially in this country with all of the things that have been going down with the Charlie Kirk situation. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. And people trying to create a racial divide. I felt like that watching this fight. I didn't feel like I was watching a game. I felt like I was watching people trying to make a statement. And it kind of turned me off. It really did. And again, that's just how I feel. I didn't like it. And to be honest, and I hated this for the fight. And if you watch my blogs, I stated this. This became something more than just a fight. So I really did not enjoy watching this fight. And even the commentary and the he's winning the first fight. I'm like, dude, it just made me feel like, I don't want to watch this. It's just not me. I mean, you can ask Jamal. We didn't want to cover it. Like, yo, bro. And we had multiple conversations behind the scenes, me and Jamal. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't even care to watch the fight anymore. I just want it to be over with. There's the things that transpired. I just didn't want to do it. I mean, Chris, that's your opinion. I don't know how you can give Bud any of the first 5 rounds. But they made it so you believe it. And I'm watching even, I'm just like, yo, maybe I'm tripping. Let me watch it again. You know what I'm saying? And, to be honest, it wasn't a great fight. He had a couple good rounds that maybe whatever, but whatever. Andre, what was the worst on the commentary? Oh, you know what's crazy? To be honest, he did better than I expected. But with the guy that was doing the scorecard, I was sitting there like, oh, bro, like, are we serious? I can't, and I like it, Tony Atara, but I don't like the biasness. I lost a lot of respect for Timothy Bradley, to be honest with you. Downplaying what Canelo has done in his career. But, it is what it is. At this point, Canelo will be fine. In that regard, if you guys want me to recap what I was saying after the fight, I think the biggest question to me was, where does Canelo go from here? And just watching his body language, watching the way he spoke after the fight, he was I don't want to say devastated, but he just kind of was like, yo, like I didn't want to do this fight in the first place. Like that's what I felt like, and I think he's gonna play out his contract and retire. And on the flip side of that, on Terrence Crawford, um, he's in a bad situation. He's in a really tough situation because going back down to 154, there's a shitload of smoke, right? And not saying that Bud can't handle the smoke, right? But now you have to lose was like 14 pounds of muscle to go back down to 154 to fight a division that's very stacked. And of course, the first question was Bud Crawford. He came out and said, I don't want to fight Bud Crawford. I'm not going to 154. He said, I'm not happy. He just, I mean, he doesn't want to fight Boots Ennis. I'm sorry, Boots Ennis. Just doesn't want to do it for whatever reason. I don't know, you know. But, you know, that's when you are the guy, this is what you're going to face. And, you know, you still got Virgil Ortiz. You still got guys like Xander Zayas. You still got Fedora. There's a lot of smoke at 154. And I think he has a lot of questions to answer at the age of 38. Can he continue to do this? He probably can, but you know, will he be willing to? And I think Bud has a lot of questions to answer in that regard. Does he stay at 168? I just watched a video where what's his name? Benavidez said he wouldn't fight him, but people want to see that. But at 168, which I found really weird because Benavidez is like, I wouldn't go around 168 to fight him. But he'd fight Canelo on 168, which is kind of weird to me, right? But Bud has a lot of questions to answer. Is he going to stay at 168? He said he would go to 160. There's nobody at 160. 160 is one of the worst divisions. Like, who's he going to fight at 160? So now the hunter has become the hunted, okay? And now he's going to understand, now that the light is on him, at the age of 38, can he handle that type of pressure? You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of it, and it is going to be very interesting to see what Bud ends up doing in that regard. I really believed after the fight that he would retire. I thought that he would say, you know what? I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Take his bag and leave. But Turkey Al-Atiq is going to make it very difficult for him to retire. Another thing that people got to take into consideration is that Bud does not like to
I know what it is and who.
Bud does not like to fight frequently. So, you know, wait another year, you're gonna be close to 39 years old. And again, age is undefeated. Noah, please, god damn it, man. Age is undefeated, man. So you gotta ask yourself, will Bud be able to do this going up in age like that? There's a lot of, you know, I mean, that's why I think when he said 160, it was more of a safe bet to go to 160. But nobody wants to see you fight those guys. They want to see you fight Boots or Virgil or Benavidez. I've even seen people say Bivol. now that you're at that division. So Bud has a lot of questions to answer, and a lot of guys that are willing to fight him. And he has a lot of guys. Canelo really didn't have many guys after that. It was the rematch with Bivol and probably Benavidez. Now that you're at this mountain, right, after your victory over Canelo Alvarez, your resume isn't that crazy. There's a lot of guys that are there to fight you. But can you make this happen at that weight class? Can you now fight these guys? And it's Bud's in a tough situation. He's in a very tough situation. And again, time is not on his side. Time is not on Bud Crawford's side. Being 38 years old, I mean, it's going to be tough. I know people are going to say, well, Bernard Hopkins, you know, yes, he was able to do it, but it's far and few in between that have been able to do that. You know, and when does he get to enjoy it? So I think it's one of those questions. And again, there's a lot of smoke for him if he decides to come back. Will he vacate the belts? That's another question. Will he vacate them? You still got other guys, and Billy, you still got Diego Pacheco. There's a lot of guys, you know, in that division that may want smoke. So I think Bud really has to sit down and make the best choice for him. Now, what that's going to be, it's going to be a very tough decision because, again, I don't believe he's going to go to 154. I know if he says going to 154, what's going to happen? People are going to say, well, we want to see you fight Boots. And he has clearly said he does not want to fight Boots. Okay. So where does he go from here? And I don't want to say I'm leaning towards retirement for Boots, for Bud. But I would be very, very surprised if I were to see Bud Crawford at 154. I think he probably will go to 160, but again, there is no one at 160. I mean, he could clear that division easily. I mean, there's no one really that's a big threat to him. But will he do it? Will he fight Charlo? Will he fight Big or the other Charlo? I don't know. So to me, I think he has a lot of things to think about. So, I would say it's 50-50. I mean, let me say 60-40 he does return. I say 60-40, 60 him returning, 40 him retiring. But again, and you got to look at it like this. If he wants that bag, he's not Canelo, right? So if he wants that bag, he's going to have to fight Boots, right? Or Virgil Ortiz, or maybe a Benavidez, or a rematch of Canelo, which Canelo doesn't want. He doesn't want to do the rematch. I think Canelo wants to get done with his 2-fight contract and walk off. Canelo said years ago he was planning on retiring around 36. I think he's like 35 right now. So I think Canelo is going to finish off these last 2 fights and retire. Can you stop? Can you please stop? Thank you. You know what I mean? So I think that's what we're going to see with Canelo. I think he's gonna do his last 2 fights and then, we appreciate him and that's it. I think he's accomplished more than enough. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a Mount Rushmore, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. But in Boots' situation, in Bud's situation, I keep mixing them up. Bud and Boots. Bud's situation, and you've seen in that 24/7 whatever it was, that Bud. Turkey Alasik was like, no, you don't retire. We got to keep going. And I think, honestly, if I was to take a shot at who he was going to fight at 168, right? If I had to take a shot in the dark, it's probably a name that most people won't believe, right? Timothy, what's up? I think that he's probably going to end up fighting Hamza Sharice, which is Turkey Alasik's man. And I don't think he wants to do that fight. Simply because, similar to the Canelo fight, that's who Turkey was favoring. And Turkey would favor Hamza Sharice versus Bud Crawford. And it'll probably be in Riyadh. So I believe that it will be Hamza Sharice, who is naturally a 160 fighter that went up to 168, but he's a very tall fighter. Very, very tall fighter. So I believe he's going to reward. I think Turkey Alasik is going to convince him and he's going to award Hamza Sharice and try to get him to fight Bud. But again, to get Bud back in the ring in less than a year is going to be a challenge. And I think negotiations have already started, but I believe it's going to be Hamza Sharice. I don't think it's going to be Caleb Plant. Caleb, I don't think it's a big enough fight. And I think, and again, Turkey's going to do what Turkey wants to do. Shout out to my brother Jeremy McCoy in the building. I believe that Hamza Sharice will be his next opponent, simply because Turkey has showed a lot of interest in Hamza being that guy. I mean, we've seen the scorecard situation. We've seen him set him up to fight Edgar Berlanga just in case he can get Canelo. But I think Hamza Sharice will get either Canelo Alvarez or Bud Crawford will get he would get the challenge versus Bud. That's what I believe will happen. Absolutely won't be. I don't think it'll be Caleb Plant. I'm just being honest. I think Caleb Plant makes the most sense. No, I don't think Caleb Plant is in those plans. I'm be honest. There ain't no big fights, honestly, but that does make sense. Yeah, I think. And again, Bud is in a really bad situation. Like, he's in a really tough situation, right? You're unified at 168, right? Right? You're 168. These guys are big. Now again, and these are his words, not mine, okay? He said he fought Canelo because when he saw Canelo wasn't bigger than him. He said Canelo had a wider neck, but in reality, he was bigger than Canelo, had the longer reach. Canelo is a rarity Canelo was fighting upper weight. Now at 168, you're fighting guys that are legit 6'1". Hamza Shariz is like 6'5" or some crazy shit, right? And he's probably walking around closer to 200 pounds. So now at 168, your challenge is fighting these bigger guys. Canelo wasn't a bigger guy. Okay, so now you're in that situation where you're fighting guys that are very, very, very big. Caleb Plant he makes a little sense, but he's kind of a downfall. And again, when you're at the top of the mountain now, they don't want to see you fight Caleb Plant. Canelo had to fight Benavidez. He has to fight these big names. For the first time in Terrence Bud Crawford's career, he is the hunted. And I know people say, well, he was the undisputed. Yes. But when you defeat Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing, now there's an expectancy for you. And I believe that, right now, Turkey LSC's trying to cash out. Like, okay, Benavidez. He put it out there. I didn't put it out there. Look. This is not me saying it. It's him. Can Benavidez still make 168 pounds? Yeah, I believe so. I mean, Benavidez, granted, said he wouldn't fight him. But if that check is right and the belts are there, why not? I wouldn't be surprised. This is Turkey's tweet. Can Benavidez make 168? So Turkey is not going to just give him anybody at this point. Because at the end of the day, it's either going to be a favor for Turkey or a major fight. Bud can't go backwards. You know what I'm saying? He can't. It's got to be a big fight. So Bud, that's why when he said 160, I was like, Bud, you're crazy. You go to 160, you're going to really piss Turkey off. There's nobody at 160 that warrants a big fight. Unless you're going to bring down somebody or bring somebody up. So are you going to vacate those belts? Or are you going to fight the elite in those divisions? And we all know Benavidez can make 168. I know people say he might not be able to. Maybe it's a negotiation tactic that he's saying that, but Benavidez is definitely a possibility. And Billy is a possibility. But these are bigger, naturally bigger guys. And that's why I said I got a 60-40. He retires. And then the inactivity of Crawford is something that's big that we have to question. 1 year later, he'll be 39. 39. So, my man is in the building finally. You know what I mean? My man Jamel Herring in the building. What's good, brother?
Everything good, bro.
Got the fresh braids on, I think.
Yeah. I see you was talking about the whole AB mess earlier, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ, AB, Jesus Christ. Wow. I was actually we can go back. I'll go back to that with you, but we're just talking about the what Crawford's gonna do. We spoke about this on Saturday. People thought we were ducking it, but I was like, no. Bud is in a really tough situation right now. His inactivity, right? He fights about once a year. And he came out and said the reason he took Canelo is because he was bigger than Canelo. He said, naturally, I'm bigger than him. I had the reach. Canelo has a wider neck. These fighters that are going to be at 168, 175, they are going to be bigger. They're going to be 6'1". Hamza Shariz, I think, in my opinion, is the more likely opponent for him. I think Hamza Shariz, because of the relationship with Turkey, is going to get the opportunity.
It's a money fight. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that I think that's what he's going to be. He's going to have to, you got to pay back the Turk. And Hamza's I think he's like 6'5". He's a big guy, bro.
Yeah.
Gerald says, and you can see that Canelo fight took a lot out of him. You see him at the game. He looks super trained. Yeah, I got his 60-40 if he stays or retires. When he said he was going to 160, at that moment, I was like, he does not want to do this. There's nobody at 160 that's going to warrant a big check. I mean, right. Jamel, you know better than me. Who the fuck is at 160 right now for Bud?
Like I said, the only name I heard, because of Egas, the manager, Lomachenko and Usyk's manager.
Yep.
Egas, it was Janovic. That's why you see him Janovic put that tweet out. That's the only fight that I can see right now on the table at 160. But again, like you said, there's not really a full. Not really too many names you can like legitimate names you can name out of the middleweight division right now.
No. And again, at 168, you're gonna face some bigger guys. I mean, and again, Turkey Al-Asik doesn't care for weight classes, right? And this is obvious. So Turkey's gonna say, 175. We got Bivol.
I don't think Bud's going to win. Hey, sport. All right, yeah, that's my girl. Shout out to my girl. I don't know. I don't think Bud's going to 154 because of again like the Roy Jones theory in terms of he put on so much muscle to to fill in at 168 and then to go back down. Muscle harder to cut than weight. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot more out of you. And on top of that, he's getting older. Like I said, we've seen with the Roy Jones situation when even the first fight when the first fight against Tarver, that was a really close fight that could have went either way. Yeah. When he fought Tarver. And then we seen what happened in the rematch against Tarver. And it's like, Roy was never the same after he went from heavyweight and he had to cut all that muscle to get back down to light heavyweight.
And at 154, it's deep. It's a very deep division. So to not have all your attributes or have anything slow down, you're facing.
Them kids, them guys are younger. Them guys are younger. It's like 154. Them guys are a lot younger and youthful. Yeah. Full of like they say, piss and vinegar. So so those guys are gonna come. You know what I mean? The Virgils of the world, even the Fondoras, you know what I mean, and so forth.
And everybody wants to see the Boots fight, and Boots is not nothing to laugh at. And then I believe he's gonna lean closer to retirement. Bud is going for 169 to win another belt at another division. No, he's not. He's not going to 175 to fight Bivol. I think why did she say 169? I don't know why she said 169.
Because that'll be the weight limit for the start of the one light heavyweight to start. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's not fighting Bivol, bro. Like Bivol is a natural, and he's a phenomenal boxer. With no, he's not going.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I said again, even if let's say Keith Thurman beats Fundora in October. You know what I mean? But again, he still has to cut back down to 154.
But I mean, people wanted to see Keith Thurman years ago. Do you want to see it now?
It depends how Keith looks. If Keith goes, let's be real. If Keith goes out there and knocks out Fundora, you know what I'm saying? He looks good. But again, it's not so much of seeing the fight. It's so much of saying them they asked, but the press conference if he's going 154, he was like, no, he's out the rip. No.
Yeah.
And he knows his body. But like I said, we don't know. Like I said, he looked. Him and Canelo look around the same size on fight night. You can't even see Canelo. You can't even see a guy like Canelo even going down to 160, let alone you want Bud to go back down to 154.
Yeah, no, he didn't even seem as if he wanted to do this anymore. And there was rumors he was going to retire after this fight. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he wasn't in a fast hurry to get back into the ring. On top of that, I seen the interview. I'm pretty sure you got all guys seen it. They even asked him about staying at 168 for a guy like Benavidez, and he was just like,
I don't know.
It was like, nah, we went to Canelo because he's about the same. I felt like I was bigger than him. He had longer reach, and it was more of a strategic thing, rather than trying to conquer a whole, entire weight class. Nah, and then on top of that, like I said, David's my guy. I love David. David's a cool dude, but with David and the issues with weight, do we see you've seen the tweet that Turkey put out? Can David Benavidez make 168, or is he comfortable right now at light heavyweight?
He has contradicted himself though, Benavidez. He said he'd be willing to do it for Canelo. So if you're willing to do Canelo, why not?
I mean, you say one thing, but I'm saying it's the way you're living. Not saying he lives a bad lifestyle, but I'm saying it's just that David has never been the best in terms of dealing with weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then now we have on the flip side of Canelo. I believe Canelo's going to retire after the next two fights. After these next, he's going to live out the last.
That's what I'm saying. I think Canelo takes a come around, takes a bounce back. The bounce back to keep his fan base alive and motivated. Then he takes another big because what's there to motivate him? Especially with him not being the champion, what's there he's not going to try to regain all the he wasn't motivated to really take the rematch. You know what I mean? But can you blame him? And it's not like Alex. I'm a huge Canelo fan. I don't blame, but again, I seen that he lost a step. I knew if he couldn't get his combinations off like he did in the past when he was at 154 and 160. The one to try to get this punch in and get that punch there. I knew what Buzz was gonna do, catch and shoot. The same thing he did. Pretty much the same thing he did with the Errol Spence fight.
8th round,
he catch and counter. And when he counters, his best attribute was him keeping his speed against Canelo, and that kind of look at the 11th and 12th round. Those two rounds going in, two judges' cards, they had to fight even.
Yeah,
He had to basically fluster and outwork Canelo going into those championship rounds.
Yeah, when it comes to Canelo, I think it's gonna. The motivation is simple. It's the last 2 fights. There's a lot of money behind them.
Yeah,
I mean, not that Canelo needs money, but I mean, he's getting paid pretty much over $100 million for each of these fights. So it's very difficult to not play that out, right?
You'll probably see more of a talk of him because he's probably, but obviously knows they got the best of Canelo, possibly a rematch if depending on the money. But again, like when have we ever seen Canelo since before the Bivol fight? You know what I'm saying? But after that, when have we ever seen him take a step back from taking on an accumulation of punishment, not punishment but punches?
He's fought the best, and I think Canelo. I think Hamza Sharif is going to get either Canelo or what I think Hamza Sharif will be one of them. And then finally, I don't know, maybe he passes the torch to.
I just like the notion when you go online. This is just boxing. Twitter is notorious for it. Y'all all see it. Now Canelo he wasn't that good. For one, you get discredited the fighter that
was the whole narrative going into the fight, though. But me, I was just telling people
he wasn't that good. That's
Me and Jamal behind the scenes were saying we can't wait till this fight's over. I'm tired of dealing with the BS media. But check this out. This is and again, this is not a very good comment. So who's gonna pay Canelo $100 million to come in and bounce back fight Turkey? Not doing that. Turkey already did it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he already did it.
What are you talking about, bro?
He's going.
Canelo is the best businessman to ever live in boxing. Hands down.
Listen. His base is still saying. I don't disagree with it. His base is still saying that he's the face of boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all gotta look at it like this. What I was thinking about yesterday. Back in the day, Oscar De La Hoya, who was the face of boxing at one point in time, Oscar can take a loss, and Oscar can still come back his next fight and generate a crazy gate and sell tickets.
Yeah,
that's just like I said, a loss. If you had that star power, a loss doesn't really define who you are still moving forward. Like I said, again, Oscar De La Hoya is one of my favorite fighters. I love watching Oscar. Oscar, he lost to Tito Trinidad. Did he lose any momentum after the Trinidad fight? Did he lose any momentum after the first fight against Shane Mosley? Oscar De La Hoya, even in the rematch with Mosley, he still took the bigger piece of the pie because he was still the face.
Jamal, pause 1 second. I gotta answer this guy. This guy is driving me insane. Okay, what am I talking about? Maybe you have trouble remembering Turkey telling Boots Ennis we don't do tuna fights. Okay, let me break something down to you. Boots Ennis, Canelo Alvarez. Did he not get paid $100 million to fight William Skull? What are you talking about, bro? The contract is already done. It's a 4-fight deal. He was worth close to like $500 million. What are we talking about, bro? Like, Canelo's gonna fight who he wants to fight, but most likely one of them is gonna be Hamza Sharif. What do we? Like, come on, man. Like, Canelo is not Boots Ennis. Like, let's take out the bias out of the situation. Canelo will still sell out of 70,000. He did against John Ryder, 70,000. Like, what are we talking about? You don't think Canelo would say, you know what? Let me go to London, which is something he said he wants to go to possibly had Chris Eubank Jr. or something like that. I can see those scenarios still happening because he is who he is. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's be honest. Let's not downplay who Canelo is, and he is probably the greatest businessman in the history of boxing. Like, he got the money already. It's in his bank account, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Canelo is either going to retire and buy out his contract or have to fight David. But he's not going to fight Benavidez. He's not going to.
No, it's not happening, bro.
He's not going to fight Benavidez. I'm sorry.
Canelo has, like I said again, when I was seeing those watching the fight back, he had trouble with output. He had trouble with a fighter with speed and had a high output. And then, David, he's gonna let his hands go. And then David, you know what I'm saying, unless you hurt him and get him to respect you early and constantly, he's not gonna take a step backwards. So I don't see that fight happening.
Jamal, you want to answer this one because I'm tired of answering this guy. What are you talking about? William Skull was a piece of the puzzle. The piece of the puzzle was the 4-fight deal to get for Crawford. What are you talking about? The 4-fight deal is what took for him to get to fight Crawford.
What do you mean by piece of puzzle, though?
Basically saying that William Skull had to get paid X amount of money to fight William Skull because it's a 4-fight deal that got him able to fight Terrence Crawford. What are you talking about, bro? Stop. You think Canelo's gonna get paid $5 million the next fight? He's gonna get paid over $100 million. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna get paid.
I can't even. I'm gonna ignore this guy the rest of the fight. Now, I did see some interesting stuff.
Appreciate your input, D1. But no, I just don't agree. I don't agree.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't knocking, but I don't agree. Like I said again, Canelo could come like I think matter of fact, didn't Turkey even said though, win, lose, or draw, they had plans for Canelo anyway?
Yeah, he got 4 fights. Like, what are you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure in those plans he's getting paid a hefty sum of money.
Like, Canelo is gonna get paid $100 million per fight, bro. Like, it's insane.
He can go fight another giant rider somewhere. He's gonna get paid.
Listen, what do you think about Boo Andretti actually came out and had these comments about Canelo, which I didn't get to watch him, but he was doing my man Punch show. But check this out.
Got beat by Terrence Crawford, bro, and you look horrible. It was bad. It was bad.
Why is he not playing?
That was some bum shit, bro. Nothing he did was good. He did nothing to change. He's nothing. No adjustments, nothing. I would knock Canelo out, bro. Today. I would knock Canelo out. That's our history. 168. I did what I had to do in Fort David because that was a real risk. Again.
But why? Because Benavidez didn't want to fight Canelo.
If it ain't, David scared. Yeah, he was scared of David. Scared to fight Demetrius. Scared to fight David. Scared to fight Demetrius. Demetrius like, fuck it, I'll fight David. And then I was like, shit. And I was like, damn. And I was like, fuck, swing. I was like, swing. 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 That doesn't mean I won't whoop Canelo's ass today, bro. Canelo, Crawford, if he's going to stay at 100, I'm not calling him out right now. That's my boy. I have nothing but respect. Big up to our people. But brothers got to break bread too, meaning black people got to break bread with black people too in this sport as well. And sometimes that's just what it is. I want to be 3 divisional world champion. 54, 60, 68.
Give me
I'm willing to fight those two. I'm willing to fight those two to make that happen. We need Charlo in the ring. I'm going to whoop his ass. And then I'm looking to knock out Canelo.
Oh my God. I used to like Boo Boo Andretti until I seen that. Boo Boo, you've never had a belt.
What you mean?
He's never been a champion, from my understanding.
What you mean?
Has Boo Boo had a major belt?
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm tripping. He's had a major fight.
What you mean?
I didn't know that. He hasn't.
Nah, it's not that. Boo Boo ain't fight since November 25th of 2023.
Which was Benavidez, right?
Boo Boo's 37 years old right now.
Canelo's not going to fight him. You see when he pulled up to Canelo's, and Canelo's very big on respect.
It's not just that. They're not going to just give him the Canelo. They're not going to just give him the Canelo fight. Boo Boo got to get back in the ring and fight and he got to get back busy. I didn't know he's been at the ring that long, but he ain't fight since November 25th of 2023.
That was Benavidez, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And that ended in the 6th round.
Exactly. And like Canelo's very big on respect. You crashed his shit. He was like, bro, like, who are you? Who have you beaten? What have you done? I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Whatever. But Canelo's not going to fight you. So throw it out the window. Like, that for 2023 is crazy. I thought it was more than that. But it was just not somebody Canelo's even going to entertain.
Weekend type shit.
He's put his name in the hat right now. He's a Hamza. He's not going to get Hamza Shariz. Hamza's going to get either Bud or Canelo, bro. I'm telling you right now. Hamza is sitting there. If you thought that Terrence Crawford was in his pocket, right? It's gonna be Hamza. Hamza's right. Hamza's above Bud Crawford. I'm sorry, in Turkey's list. You know what I mean? Like boxers lose. Only this generation thinks once you lose, your career is over. When you actually fight the best in the world, you take the chance of losing. That's real boxing. Yeah. And again, people are gonna put their name in the hat. We all know why. When you fight Canelo, you're set for life. You're set for life. regardless. Like after he's lost to Bivol, you still fought Canelo. Guess what? You're getting paid. It is what it is. I feel like Boo Boo was definitely reaching, but damn, I didn't know it was 2023. I forgot. I know he took a beating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think Boo Boo should do?
Get back in the ring.
Remember that was his first fight at 168 too.
Get back in the ring. I mean, like I said, Boo Boo's 37 years old right now. Get back in the ring.
Spence is still around. Come on, man. Nobody wants to see that.
What Spence and who?
Somebody saying Crawford or Boo Boo. I think Spence is supposed to be fighting
Charlo.
Yeah, which I think is a dangerous fight.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. They both coming off crazy. They both coming off losses to guys who just fought over the weekend. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Spencer Charlo, I'm not mad at that. I would be more.
They both been inactive. I mean, obviously EJ's been inactive longer because, like I said, since the July 2023 when he fought Bud. So, yeah. But again, they both have ring rust. They both shared the same trainer at one point. So they both actually sparred each other. You know, so I mean, it'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Every fight ain't gotta be a mega fight, but again, if they want to get back in the ring and fight each other, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah, let me bring this up for you. What the hell is this? What the hell was that?
I don't know. I was hoping. I hope it wasn't Ellie setback.
I mean, Ellie's well, he is a little disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie.
Ellie wild, man. Ellie said he had Canelo winning that fight. Matter of fact, I told you, he had I think going into the 10th round, he had Canelo 8 rounds to 1. Like he had Canelo 8 rounds to 1. So Ellie, like, it's crazy, man. When I first went pro, man, Ellie was he was more respected, but I don't know what the fuck where he went the deep end. He started becoming more of a fan than just calling for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Then he out here beefing with fighters, and if like Ellie shows, if he don't like you, he's never gonna give you your props or credit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and that's what Ellie. I think that's what Ellie fell off in terms of the boxing, not just the boxing. Saying the business with the fighters, but the fan base as well.
I will say this. I mean, listen, I had it close to 115, 113. I wasn't mad at. If you want to split it, I feel like whatever, right? I'm not mad at that. Bud won, boom, cool. Ellie is very, very biased to who he likes, but Ellie went from reporting the news to building friendships with guys that he's always going to be with forever. Like, he defended Chavez. He defended Gervonta. These are guys he has relationships with. So I get it. But what I did take out of that was, first of all, Bud, you need to stay away from that. You're now going to be in a whole nother tax bracket. I don't think you should be hanging out with Eric Kelly, bro. Okay. Just stay away from that shit, bro. Like, people are going to say what they're going to say. It is what it is. But it seems as if there's been more of an emphasis on these bloggers getting pulled up on now, which is kind of crazy to me. You know what I mean? And I know people have said shit about you, Jamal. So, what do you think about these bloggers being pressed about this stuff?
That's their job. That's shock. Most of them is just like we are. Most of them just shock value. They want to say whatever. to get a rise and now out of the fighters, but to please their base against whatever fighter at the time that they don't rock with or like.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a lot of shout out to my, like I said, I love him, bro. Arrow comes and checks on me every now and then. So shout out to Arrow. But like his base, a lot of people, and you've seen a lot of people in his fan base, they still mad about that fight with Bud, that they were hoping that Canelo. So it got just what I'm saying, and you got media, supposed media that plays into that. You know what I mean? They're still upset over a fight that happened years ago, instead of focusing on the now, they're still upset about the yesterday, and what I'm saying, they're just saying whatever.
Yeah. Another one of your buddies made the news. I was speaking about it earlier, but since you're here now, I'm going to bring it up to you. Your buddy out of Cincinnati, that's your boy, not mine. This is what he.
Say it again. I'm sorry. Let's take that over.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Actually, let me get the original.
good in person.
Thank you.
For
I
real.
appreciate that.
Hey,
What you wasted that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, could you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling? You
Arabia is.
nah, yo, bro, some G, yo, bro, some G shit. We gotta. My boyfriend here, yo.
Right. Oh shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat. Oh my god.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
This nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad, bro. You're amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. But I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. But I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know when my brother
shit,
know that.
my bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Nah, well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not gonna sit in and not value your time neither.
Holy shit. That was the first clip.
Right.
What was your assessment of my man Broner, man? What's going on with him?
I love you, bro, but fucking Cam and them do that show early as shit in the morning. Early as shit in the morning, bro. You should not be in that. You should not be in that state that early in the morning. For starters, you know that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Like again, they were trying to, Cam and them. We all watch the show. They usually cool with the jokes and the running jokes, and they love to clown around. But again, he acting politely. Her boyfriend was in the building, at the time, and they laughed it off at first, but he said, "All right, chill." He said, "All right, I'm good," but then he kept going, and it's like, dog, like you can't. There's no excuse for it.
People critiqued Cam for this. Yeah, he actually, if you fast forward,
Nigga, I'm sorry. Let's take that over.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm sorry.
I'll do it
he was
again.
a lot of critics.
Bye.
Talking about this nigga want to talk to me. And nigga, you a alky, nigga. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I just needed you for entertainment for the show. Fucking junkie. Go ahead, man. My bad.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, I know Cam got a lot of criticisms for that part. I know that. I seen that too yesterday. And again, like I said, man, it is what it is. It's the name of the show.
So let me interject real quick. I don't critique Cam for that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right, and maybe I'm tripping, but Cam came from the hip hop world. I'm coming from the hip hop world, right? So I understand how difficult it is to get people to respect you. I've had people come on here drunk as well and question, why am I talking about boxing if I've never been in the ring, right? So Cam is coming from a world where a lot of people don't necessarily, like, how difficult is it for somebody in hip hop to get that respect? They'll bring on somebody to ESPN as a quick thing to get some views, but they never allow us to really have opinions, right? And how I looked at it was, bro, Adrien, would you have been drunk on ESPN? Would you have been drunk on the Ring magazine? You totally disrespected this man who did a lot of things to earn the respect of a lot of people, to actually people watch that show. It's not a joke no more, the show. The show is a legit place where people get their sports news from. And you took it upon yourself to embarrass him after he showed. Nobody's interviewing Adrien Broner. Just being honest. And you made a jackass out of it, so you disrespected Cam. So I'm not mad at what Cam did, especially coming from where he came from, bro. Like, I totally get it. And I'm gonna be honest, he needs help. How many times we've spoke on this about Adrien Broner? He needs help.
No, we all speak on it. We all speak on it. But yeah, again, I see somebody put a video out like there's no excuse. There's no excuse in terms of, like, you basically counting yourself out thinking it's over. You know what I mean? That's a pity party. That becomes a pity party. And like somebody said, like a 60-year-old, like, listen, Mike Tyson, he made a great example. I'm pretty sure I forgot, I don't know who he was, but he made a great example of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he been through every types of ups and downs you can mention, even in his prime years. Mike Tyson's been through hell and back. But even at Mike Tyson at almost 60 years old, changed his life around and still out here getting the bag. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody loves Mike. Everybody loves Mike. Adrian's younger than me. Adrian's like 30, 35, 36. You know, he's you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you gotta want it for yourself. You know, you gotta want it for yourself. You gotta want it, you gotta basically, you know what I'm saying? You gotta basically want to put you first. I can't do it for you. I can sit there, like I said, I can call Adrien, I can hit him on right now. I can talk his ear off. But again, if he's not gonna listen, what is the point? So you have to do it for yourself. Even like for me, I get in there just to, you know what I'm saying, just to stay healthy and keep, you know what I'm saying, keep in shape and, you know, and even try to stay out of bullshit and drama at the, you know what I'm saying, the beginning of the year that I had, whatever. So like I said, I don't make any excuses, but again, I know what, you know, I have the opportunity each and every day to wake up, you know, and better myself and change the narrative moving forward. And Adrien has those same 24 hours, but again, like you made a great point, Norbs. I get it that, you know, it's a hip hop show at times, but now, you know what I'm saying, they really take they've been to their platform very serious. Yeah. And you wouldn't, like I said, would you go on Fox News like that? You know what I'm saying? So make respect people's platforms, especially when they calling you to bring you, you know what I'm saying, bring you on it, because it's gonna get views.
And he's paying you.
And on top of that, you could have used that platform to catapult whatever you had planned on doing in the future. If you plan on getting back in the ring, you could have used that, you know what I'm saying, platform to get people to want to be interested in seeing what you're doing moving forward. But then now when people looking at it like, Cam, you know, they're calling you a junkie now, a howky. It's not a good look.
No, you know what the crazy thing is? Cam paid him. ESPN wouldn't pay you. The Ring wasn't gonna pay you. In fact, you were in Vegas. There was 1,000 cameras, and I didn't see no interviews with you, Adrien. Like, it kind of tells you where people view you as at this point.
You know, it's crazy because I had a woman that you know, she watches the show with us, and she hit me up on Instagram. She's like, I seen Adrien, I was gonna ignore him, but you know what I'm saying, a dude, because you being so close to him. So I went up to him and gave him a mom hug, and you know what I'm saying, it was like, you know, this is over the weekend for the fights. She was like, I just want to see you do better. I just want to see you do better. And Adrien was like, and she was like, yeah, you know, I really love Jamel and this and that and the third. He was, oh yeah, it's my bro. Da, 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 da. And I felt good in the moment because I'm okay, you know, people actually reaching out to him to make sure that he's good just on my behalf. You know what I mean? But then comes Monday, Tuesday morning, we get that, and it's like, come on, bro, you just not anything better. I just seen you a week ago posting that you was back in the gym, you was working and training. And it's like, come on, man.
I feel bad for Adrien simply because, and again, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I met him before, I told you, but I don't like seeing people going through what they're going through. And you know, he has a lot of demons. I mean, listen, he always wanted to be a step bigger than everybody. Floyd Mayweather was Money Mayweather. He was about billions, right? I feel like the expectations that he put upon himself and did not meet up to have turned him into this, and he's reverted to alcohol and all his party. And what he's got to realize is, and this is something also that I found interesting. In that same interview, they asked him about Gervonta Davis. And he said in the interview, he cried when he was with Gervonta Davis, right? And they were like, why'd you cry? He said, because we hung out all night, and right before we left, Gervonta gave me every dollar that was in his pocket. Now, I thought about that for a second, and I was like, damn, you gave him every dollar that was in your pocket. Which kind of meant to me was like, Gervonta saw the situation he was in, bro. He sees how you're living, and he's hoping that this helps you. So the fact that you cried off of Gervonta doing that for you because you did that one time for Gervonta when you was up, right?
That's another story, man. Like we all, like when I first went to Cincinnati back in 2012, you know, Adrien was hot. He was hot. He was already world champion right there. He was already world champion. Yeah. Just about to go to 135 and take the WBC title. So, but again, him and Tank, he used to bring Tank out to Cincinnati. This is when Tank was first going pro as well. Yeah. So I was there. We him, and Tank used to all hang out. So I know what he means by that, because he's coming from, because there. That's when he was up. And you know what I'm saying, Tank, young, looking up to him. Like I said, people forget that also he's the one who introduced Tank to Floyd. You know, he brought Tank out there It was during the time when Adrian was getting ready to fight Sean Porter. We was all training in Vegas together. He's the one who also flew out Tank to spar Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, get and put him in Floyd's vision. You know what I'm saying? That's when Floyd, you know what I'm saying, seen Tank and signed him, and we all knew the rest is history from there with Tank, you know, taking off. So yeah, Adrian did a lot for Tank, but that's like you said, it goes to show you that Tank sees where he's at now compared to when, like I said again, when he was flying Tank in from Baltimore to Cincinnati, we was all hanging, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever at the time coming up. So it's crazy how things, you know what I'm saying, how things flip. But at the same time, you can look at it also as, you know what I'm saying, people that he did good by are still willing to do good by him. But like on the other side, it's like, man, we're like one point in time he was here. Now what's going on? I get what you're saying on that narrative.
And not only that, well, how they doing, but the problem is Javante seen he's seen how he was and felt bad. Like, damn.
I want to answer that to Bone Master. He said about the Paulie fight. It's another story I got. When that fight took place, I was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, for what? Like, you just came off a huge win at 135. You know what I'm saying? Well, now he came up he took the belt, and then he had the Gavin Reeves fight at 135 and defended it again. I was like, and then I remember them. You know, this is when we was all side with Al Heyman. They basically Al had called about fighting Paulie. I didn't like the fight to begin with. I didn't think he, you know what I'm saying, with his star power at the time, I didn't think he needed to move up from lightweight, you know, skip 140 and go to 47. And again, we knew, you know, say what you want, Paulie probably wasn't the biggest threat, but like the way the fight, you know, the fight was close. The fight played out was close. So all right, cool, boom, because it was actually supposed to be a one and done. It's supposed to be a one and done. So when we get back, you know, a couple months go by, we're back in the gym again. And then again, this is my man Mike Stafford. God bless, you know what I'm saying? You know, rest in peace, Mike Stafford. Mike comes up to me and says, "Hey, what you think about Adrian fighting Maidana?" I was like, hell no, for what? I said, for what? You know what I'm saying? And then it was actually two names. It was actually Amir Khan. Amir Khan was on the table at one point in time. But I just thought the style-wise, it was just all wrong. And I was like, Mike, for what? Like, he got the belt. You know what I'm saying? I would have preferred him to vacate the title and move maybe down to 140. Yeah. But, you know, I'll be real with y'all. They was looking at Maidana versus my man from St. Louis.
Devin.
Yeah, Alexander. Alexander. Yeah, they was looking at the Maidana Devin Alexander fight and how Devin Alexander beat Maidana. But I'm like, styles make fights. I didn't like the fight, but you know, and then we seen the build up. You know what I'm saying? It was you know what I'm saying, Showtime All Access. So we seen the build up and how everybody was looking at the you know what I'm saying, the build up. And I fought on that card with Maidana, and we seen how that turned out. So yeah, I think from then just getting in your own way and getting, you know what I'm saying, getting this whole vision that you're here. Well, I'm not saying that he wasn't. I don't think it, but I just think he wasn't taking it. He wasn't living a boxing lifestyle at the time. So like I like I said, I've probably been through every level of watching, you know what I'm saying, Adrian from, like I said, from 2012 on to when he fought Mikey Garcia. Like I was around for all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was around for the Sean Porter camp. Like I said, I trained in Vegas. I was around for all of that.
And it's crazy because if you recall, 147 was the money division. They had, you know, that was Floyd. That's why everybody was getting that paper. And he put that, you know, whoever was in his corner, put that in the back of his head. That's why he wanted 147. The money wasn't at 135. It was at 147. And he wanted to become.
But the thing is, the time, I get what you're saying, but I felt he could have kept just building his own star. You know what I'm saying? He already had the aura that being, and even then still being the next Floyd Mayweather. But after my Maidana fight, you can see all the changes. You can see all the changes.
I mean, it's unfortunate, man. I pray for him, to be honest with you. I hope I hope somebody really genuine does reach out to him and he does get help, because I just seen Delonte West. I don't know if you've seen it recently.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And he's dealing with he's homeless, all types of shit. Not saying that's where Adrian's headed, but I don't want to see that happen. You know,
I always called it the Cincinnati curse, man. And it's like, I seen, like I said again, I remember moving. I seen Aaron Pryor walking up with Aaron Pryor. You know what I'm saying? All fucked up. You know what I mean? Aaron Pryor, hanging in the streets. He looked unrecognizable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is the Hawk. Aaron. It's like a lot of fighters just, I don't know, out there in the Midwest. If you really do your homework, you be like, where are these fighters at now? Especially in Cincinnati. That's what they always call the Cincinnati curse. A lot of fighters, they be up one moment, and then they let whatever get to them, and it's just like it's all downhill.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you another story. I think it was Benitez, no, Rosario, Puerto Rico. Everybody knows the great Rosario, and at one point, this is what I heard, he became an addict, and he was just in the streets.
Yeah,
a lot of these boxers don't have a plan B, and Adrien happens to be a popular figure, and his downfall is being played for everybody to see in the world, and it's bad, man. And I seen people making fun of him, like he's dancing and they're laughing at him, like he's just a regular. Like, I mean, listen, man.
Look at it. At one point in time, he had a whole 20+ man entourage. Again, I seen it all.
Now he's by himself.
Yeah. I like I said, the last time I ran into him, we was at a spot. It was Fab, Jadakiss, and it was one more. But we was all I think it was Cam. I think it was Cameron. Yeah, Cameron, Fab, and Jadakiss. Performing out in Cincinnati. And even then, I didn't like what I was seeing. I told him, I said, I had to pull him to the side, bro, go home. Like, go home, bro. Like, don't, like, whatever the whole event ended. I had to tell him, bro, for man, just go home, man. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. Like, he just wasn't himself. And like, I told him then go home. You know what I mean? Because, like, again, this is somebody also who took care of me. Like, he put me on his undercards, you know what I'm saying, made sure I was good. Put me in his training camps, to better myself when I was first coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? And again, it was just a lot of fucking yes men at the time also. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing out here, man? Like, you come on, man. Like, it's cool to have fun, but like, bro, you're out of your state of mind right now. Go home.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, it's gonna have to be a decision that he's gonna make, and all those people that were around him before aren't there anymore, and he's dealing with that. And I wish somebody would reach out to him.
Nah, I think that's my biggest fear is like waking up one day and you hear some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. That's why I every now and then I still hit him up. What you up to, man? You good? Like, okay. Like I say, when he was even back in the gym, I was like, I was supporting it. He's not in the streets. He may not be AB from 2012, 2013, but I'm just glad you're not in the streets. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you do misfits boxing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to continue for the love of the sport, I really don't care. I just want to see you out here in these streets doing whatever, partying, and you know what I'm saying, and then you wake up the next day. Like I said, that shit for the Cam shit, it was hard to watch, bro.
Yeah,
it was hard.
And listen, a lot of people are critiquing Cam. Maybe Cam should not went about it that way, but at the same time, people don't understand how difficult it is to get respect in a whole nother niche when they know you from where you're at. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, now when that gets crazy views and spins, bro. That's a popular fucking show, gets more fucking views than the average fucking sports talk show at this point in time. Like, so everybody's watching.
But but again, it's hard for us to have a voice in sports. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get why he felt the way he felt. Hold on, Papa. Hold on. My son is crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I hope he definitely bounces back from it. He definitely needs to seek help. And again, like I said, I'm not, I don't know him like that. But if he would ever reach out, I would try to help him in a sense, steer him in the right direction. I don't know him, but I don't want to see people waste their talent. And I think Adrien Broner is a talented individual, and I hope he gets it together. But on that note, my son clearly is breaking my chops.
Hopefully, y'all go be a father.
Oh, I'm about to send him to your crib. You want to go, Uncle Jamel?
You can come over here.
Nah, he bad, bro.
You know where we from? Like we probably done with worse. Come on, man. We came up bad. Shit.
He's bad.
We came up bad, yo.
Yeah. But it's crazy. I be getting hit up like crazy about the dumbest stuff, but it's a good show today. I ain't gonna lie. That Cam shit was crazy. I fuck with Cam, man. I rock with his show. I rock with like, you know.
Yeah, I can say nothing bad about Cam. None of that, 'cause like I said again, Cam was willing to hear me out about you and I. You know what I'm saying? I probably was spitting that block again. You know, about doing
I didn't
something.
know that, for real.
Like, yeah. I spoke to Cam. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to Cam before. This is like beginning of the year, but all the dumb shit had happened, whatever on my end. So like, yeah, we had to put that shit on hold. But
the one
Cam,
thing though,
I hit up Cam, and I was like, yo, Cam, I want to do a podcast. I want to, you know what I'm saying, bring on a podcast platform mainly about, you know, combat sports. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And he replied, he was like, you know what I'm saying, we could talk, yada. And you know what I'm saying, we was gonna go from there.
It's
But
funny.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cam was like, I spoke to Cam about us, and he was willing to listen to it. And I just seen that Cam, even about the whole Dame Dash thing, it's not a double box. But I seen him talking about yesterday about Dame Dash, and he said he has two slots to bring on a show still with Revolt.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you get out there and reach out to some of these people, response, they will, like I said, they will, you know, respond. Like I said, I'm cool with Mace. You know what I'm saying? Mace is a fan. Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's two different worlds, but like saying when people rock with you and they take notice, they rock with you. You know what I mean?
I've got hit up as well. Like, you know, shout out to my brother Joe. Now he's like killing the internet. He has his own show with Skip Bayless, or he's been on the show with him, and now he's NFL Network or whatnot. And he's always said, "Yo, bro, I'll help you out, whatever."
Yeah, same thing, man.
I know we're gonna get it. So I'm not.
Yeah, same thing, man. Pac-Man Jones, Cincinnati. Again, another Cincinnati, man. Pac-Man was gonna come on, but I was like, "Yo, Pac-Man, you was mad lit." So I was like, "Yo, Pat, we're gonna have to do it."
No drunk people on, please.
Yeah, he was too lit that day. He was lit as hell. So I was like, "Man, they on live right now," but he was too fucked up. I was like, "Yo, Pac."
I like Pac-Man.
I said, maybe me and Norbs go on your platform. You know what I'm saying? You got a big platform too. We can collaborate, whatever. But I'm gonna work that out too, man. But yeah,
I gotta.
But I'm saying, people are taking notice. Y'all, and it's just all about progress. And like Norbs is always, he's always big on it, y'all. Like y'all don't be seeing it, but like he'll hit me up and he'll be like, "Bro, we gotta do that." And yeah, I'm like, "All right, I see the vision." So that's why I do my best even today. Yeah. You know, I started out late because I had things to take care of this morning, but you know, I got on here, boom.
Bro, we got something. Trust me.
Yeah,
I know we got something.
Notice, y'all. It's all about just putting in time and effort. And like I said, I appreciate all of y'all that just tune in, you know what I'm saying, day in and day out. Like I said, I really love you and respect y'all, man, for real. Because like I said again, y'all make it for what it is.
Appreciate that. Hell yeah, real talk. And I'm gonna leave it on one final thing. Guys out there, pray for Adrien, man. I hope Adrien does get help. You know, I pray for him. He's not my friend. I know he's his friend. I don't have nothing against him, but you know, if you do really love Adrien, if you are his friend, don't give him money. Get him help.
I see a clip saying telling him to start a podcast, telling Adrien start a podcast, but you gotta get him. You gotta be consistent.
It's consistent.
You gotta be consistent. You gotta stay. You know, you gotta stay on track. You gotta get on track. Let's be real. You gotta I like I said again. I wanted to bring him on here, but it's like I don't know which version I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? When I reach out. He may be like say, you know, we plan these things. He may reach out to him. I may have reached out to him you know what I'm saying, last night, and he was cool, you know, whatever. And then this morning, you know, he's totally it was 180.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he has to get his life together. I pray for you, Adrien. You know, I mean, I know we crack jokes on here and stuff like that. If you ever need any advice, Jamel's there. I know you don't know me, brother. But I pray for you, brother. I hope things definitely shape up better for him, especially you got kids, man. So
yeah, sure.
You know, on that note, we on Friday morning, right? Monday, Wednesday.
Same time.
10 o'clock, man. I can't do 9. It's too tough for me. 10 o'clock. But and again, we got to do a nightcap show though. We got to do at least one nightcap show.
No, I fuck with the nightcap. I fuck with the nighttime.
You want to do Saturdays?
That's cool. We got any fights coming up? What's the next fight coming up?
Bro, yo, you know there's a lot of fights coming up. You got the fucking Norman versus Haney coming up. Bam is back. You got well, I don't know, Shakur fights in January, but there are a lot of fights. I got to get a list, but there's a shitload of good fights coming up. That card at Riyadh is fire with Devin Haney and I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I'm gonna let you rock out. I got to take care of this kid. And he just, you know, pain in my ass.
You gotta do what you do.
It's Jamel. Friday morning, 9 a.m. Leave whatever y'all want us to talk about. Put it on Oscar Collazo fights. That's fire. leave. He's the next Puerto Rican, from my understanding. So, leave the comments underneath. What do y'all want us to talk about on X? We respond. Jamel likes to argue with y'all. I don't argue with y'all.
I don't argue with y'all. Yeah, I know.
You
I don't argue with nobody, man. I don't bother nobody. I speak my mind. People come on and say whatever crazy shit. I just respond. And I try to be polite about it. I try to be very, you know what I'm saying, respectful about it until you get disrespectful. Then I gotta, you know, whatever.
He said, "Where's Cobbs? Cobbs, Blair or Flair? He was supposed to be on that Eubanks card, so I don't know what's up with him." But
yeah, damn, we probably circle that block again. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know they moved that
without actually getting on his ass though. We gotta make sure Ashley don't get in his ass.
We gotta make sure we gotta block Ash on that show because she was violating my dude, bro. But on that note, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Jamal, I'll hit you. We need some of your thoughts, and we out of here. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
My God.